All right.
Here we are again.
Here we are again. All right, welcome everybody to another episode of the Brewery Boys broadcasting from Mr. Brew Tap House.
BBBB.
On a Saturday, Big Blue Nation is in the house. Well, no, they are not.
Big Orange Nation's in this house. Apparently, I don't know what's going on.
It is more like Big Orange Nation.
But you know what happened to Big Orange? We beat their ass. Just saying. Steamrolled.
Yeah, Jason's got the bragging rights going on. Surprised nobody's really reproached you since you're wearing your Ohio State. Anyway,
they dare not.
I'm Eric. After a little bit of a absence, we had death in the family.
Shout out to Eric for missing the other night. Yep. Shout out, Eric.
So,
actually, I got you there.
Yeah, Jason did a solo run down at Jack Brown's on Thursday.
Well,
I was very disappointed.
We had more, Daddy.
I didn't get a shout. Didn't get a hey man, miss you. Nothing.
Shout out to Eric. Yeah. Hope you have a good time. Prayers,
Yeah.
How about you?
All right. So anyway, so you did it. So you had a solo run, and I like the little one lonely brewery boy UB. I love that. That was pretty good.
One lonely brewery boy.
I love that. That was pretty good.
Nobody.
That was pretty good. Little shout out to the Beastie Boys there. So yeah. So anyway, all right. So we are in the house. I've got the Cincinnati Bearcats game behind me, so need to make sure that doesn't go away.
23-0.
Is it 23-0? Yep. All right. Good deal.
Got Texas up 14-7 over Mississippi State. Alabama up 14-6. South Carolina.
Well, there we go. All right. Well, we got some. Well, they were in here, Crimson Tide fans, but they're gone. So we got some. I'm gonna put the video around so people can see all the Tennessee fans that are in here, minus Kentucky fans.
Like, where are the Kentucky fans at? They don't pregame. Look at him scrolling through there. There's a few Tennessee fans there.
You can see the orange.
They must be staying at the hotel over here, probably.
They are. That table right there came over from the hotel. How we looking? All right. So that was your little scan of the room. Orange.
Orange room. Technical wizards.
There we go. Yep, we are technical wizards. All right. Anyway, nice song playing in the background if you can hear it. If not, too bad. Anyway. So pretty good show, man. I was pretty impressed. You got the Cody was stayed on for Country Boy. It was a Country Boy tap takeover at Jack Brown's. And he was on for. He
was on pretty much the whole time.
The whole time.
He got up and mingled a couple times.
So
Poor Daddy's with me the whole time.
Yeah, she kept you grounded. I saw that.
Kept everything on track.
Yeah, and then you were joined by Annie Levicki, who used to be working. She doesn't. What is her story now?
She went to Maine to work at someplace. I think her brother or something. I don't know. We can't tell the story, but I don't know if she came back and now she's living back here again, or she just came back for a little bit.
Okay, all right. Because I know they were shouting out the Hofbräu House or something like that, or.
Oh, she was shouting out everything.
Oh, okay. all right. Yeah, Annie's good people. She was my Kentucky Eagle.
Very friendly, outgoing. Now Cody was at it.
And a Bears fan.
Bears fan. Said a little bit of socks in there. I didn't like that.
Oh yeah, that's where we're at.
But she was like,
South Side, baby.
And the Cubs she liked. So she was all Chicago.
She's all Chicago, yeah. But she's got a friend. She has a friend who's real good friends with the McCaskies, the owners of the Bears. So
should have said some tickets or something.
I've tried, but it's for naught. So. Hell, I just wanted the Stadium Cup from Chicago, from Soldier Field. Couldn't even get that. So.
Anyway. We had a good time.
I watched. I watched a good portion of it.
A lot of topics here and there. It flowed smooth.
Yeah. All right. Well, so now we are back to, I guess, normal basics. So back to normal.
To the basics of life. Bar Texas, Willie and the boy.
No, that's not. All right, so we touched on the last time you and I were together was we got the news that Ace Frehley had passed away.
And I was delighted to see the tributes and actually, people shouting out on Facebook and stuff. That I was afraid maybe because he's been gone out of the spotlight for a while that maybe there wouldn't be that many, but there was quite a few. A lot of people were like, "Hey, this is why I got into it." A lot of people were like, "He was actually, a great guitar player. He just, buried him with guns."
Well, and that's what you and I talked about. That was the fact that most bands most bands, Ace Frehley to me was the sound of Kiss. His guitar was Kiss. Like that was the sound. Those early years, the early albums, Ace's guitar was the backbone of the group, in my opinion. And
yeah, because you had just Paul running around doing his thing, a couple chords here and there.
And then, but I think we touched on this too on that episode. Was the last time you and I were together was the fact that if you have a rhythm guitarist, it frees up your lead guitarist to do so much more. And that's what you touched on the last episode with War Daddy and stuff about I know you're Gene's your guy, and Ace was always my guy, but it's because of that sound. It just the Kiss. It just didn't have that. I mean, don't get me wrong. Gene is pretty much the driving force behind the band, promoting everything and putting the name Kiss on everything, from condoms to probably bubblegum.
Anything to make
anything he could make a bucket. Exactly. But Ace was just that guy, and he's the guy. The poster. That's the poster on my wall. That's the reason why.
I mean, if you think about it, just about every song in a live performance featured an Ace pseudo solo of some kind.
Pseudos, exactly.
Some were longer, but it was always prominent, included in the thing.
But when you saw him live, it was always Shock Me that got the massive guitar solo. He would go into that, and then
because he got shocked.
Or
right. He got electrocuted.
One time he actually did, I believe.
That's where it came from. He got electrocuted, touching something in the soundstage area, and then it was like, hey, that's a solo.
Yeah. So that was. But here's okay. So you're talking about the ones online. Here's what I got disappointed with. I have satellite radio in the car, in the vehicle, and I was very disappointed in the fact that only one station, Ozzy's Boneyard, gave a tribute to Ace Frehley. Hair Nation, I have not heard anything mentioned on Hair Nation.
New York Groove or nothing?
Nothing. Now, Ozzy, now we're almost a week removed. Ozzy's Boneyard is still doing the, giving the intro, and then they'll play a Kiss song and all that stuff. But the one thing that has bothered me about these tributes online, have you noticed how many of them are pictures of Tommy Thayer in the Ace Frehley mech?
I've seen a couple of those.
I'm like, are you serious right now? Really? You're not a Kiss fan? I mean, come on. You can't tell the difference?
That's what I was saying. He's been gone for so long that people just say, hey, that's a... And then there's people who think, when they think Kiss, like we do, we think Ace Frehley.
Yeah.
So you're not really thinking anybody else. You're not thinking Thayer. You're not thinking St. John. When you see a picture, you're like, that must be Ace in that band.
But those guys were never in makeup. St. John, Kulick,
right.
Vinnie Vincent was the last one in makeup, and even that is just a short run. And so I don't know, but yeah, it just kind of I don't know, man. It's just like, especially how many of the hair metal bands, their guitarists probably picked up a guitar because of Ace Frehley. You know what I'm saying? Like those guys in the 80s. Like,
you saw a lot of them. There's a lot of them that came out and said, hey, that's... Because that was big thing. Kiss was the big thing back in the 70s. So if you were like me and you growing up in the 70s and you wanted to start a band, you wanted to get a guitar, that's what you're thinking. You're like,
I want to be like, I want to be like Ace. I want to be like our band wants to be. We want to be like Kiss.
Exciting. Weird thing I found out. I think you sent me a text about the his iconic solo, Smoking Fire.
Yeah.
All this time I was thinking fire and guitar was cool, but then he come to find out it was a light and a smoke. Yeah. I have been boozled the whole time. I saw
Yeah.
I saw a little thing where he did a little thing, and it was like the light there. I was like, whoa.
but I think that was the original. Just that was the concept. Like, all right, let's build on this. Like he went down and got these little smoke bombs and pieces like that. And it's like, oh, okay. But then they found a way to make it work to where it was actually. But yeah, I mean, there was, it was kind of like, all right. And
All the time I was like, he's playing with fire, little bastard.
Our young minds were easily manipulated.
Yes, they're still school as hell.
Oh yeah, hell yeah. And that's what we've talked about. The bands that's how you did it. You wanted to go big. You wanted to go better. You just wanted to be. That was the standard.
Interesting fact, I saw a little clips about it was like a drummer show. They do different things with drummers and yada yada yada. But he was talking about, you think, and I guess I do kind of too. You think of Peter Crisp as a simplistic, nothing extraordinary with his drumming, but then they broke down.
Oh, look at that!
Yeah, that looks
Look
good.
at that!
The song.
Wow!
Oh, I can't remember what song it was, but he broke it down. It was like more difficult than you thought. People thought maybe they added stuff in, but it was actually him doing double beats and triple beats and stuff. It was pretty cool to learn that he was very more talented than I give him credit for.
Peter Chris?
Yeah, I like him. He's like I said, he was different because he had the jazz influence in there and stuff. But then they were breaking down a couple songs. It was like, man, this guy actually. He was good. Again, not an Eric, either one, but different style.
I mean, like you said, we think when the band Kiss is mentioned, my mind goes to the original four.
Oh,
You can't, but I mean, you cannot disclude Eric Carr from anything. That Carr jam on where they released that drum track of him on Revenge.
I love that album.
That is phenomenal, and I'm kind of like, wow. Revenge is one of my.
Well, like I said, it's different air. His style was more pounding.
Double bass, or Peter Chris was more of a single bass drum and stuff like that. And that was the one thing I learned. Me and some friends, Kevin Northern and Dave Richards, we actually went down to a Kiss convention down in Nashville back in like the early '90s. No makeup, but they had a Bruce Kulick guitar clinic. They had an Eric Singer drum clinic. And then you got to hang out with the band, like members one-on-one from the autograph sessions and all that. And you got to, they had all their like outfits, all like a museum set up. It was really cool.
Nice.
Thank you. And so listening to Eric Singer talk about it, with the fact that he broke it down about Eric Carr using the double bass, Peter using the single bass. It was really cool just to hear and then of course, this was pre-Unplugged. So we got an Unplugged concert with Bruce and Eric Singer joining and doing the classics. So it was really cool. And then of course, 95, 96, whenever it was, we have the Unplugged on MTV.
One of the biggest unplugs ever.
And I do believe they actually brought out, they had Eric Singer and Peter Chris both drum set. So they were drumming together, and then you had Bruce Kulick joining them on stage. But, oh my God, the name of the song's escaping me. Oh, it was, I guess it was Peter Chris and Ace Frehley both did a verse of Rock and Roll All Night, and it was pretty, listening to them, it was like, oh hell yeah, it brought new life to the song. Whereas, your quintessential, stereotypical, radio-friendly Kiss song, we're playing Rock and Roll All Night. But it was really cool to see that video pop up, and it's like, oh hell yeah, all right. That's one of my least favorite Kiss songs. But with that version of it, I was kind of like, oh, all right, yeah. I completely forgot about that. And I do have that unplugged on a VHS tape somewhere, and I have the CD somewhere too. But of course, I don't think the CD has the entire show.
I'm sure it's on. Oh, another man down.
Another man down. So anyway, this is our little tribute saying R.I.P. Ace the Spaceman Frehley. I know I'm going to miss him. Even his solo stuff, Frehley's Comet. I mean,
yeah, he had good tunes. He had.
So,
another thing you think about him, he was not really an over showmanship like the other ones. He was just kind of, he's just doing his thing. He's playing his guitar, all relaxed. He always said he was cool, calm all the time. He's just doing his thing.
I mean, we know
a little solo.
We know he liked the substances. So.
Yes, he did like some substances.
So that might have been why he was cool, calm. But who's to say? Anyway, as you may have figured out if you've watched any of our episodes, we do talk a little bit about Kiss.
We like some Kiss.
Just a tad. But
Gene owes me some advertising dollars.
Yeah, so owes us big time. So anyway, what are you having again?
I'm having the On Cloud Lime from Founders.
And I'm having the Cappy Snacks from what's the Urban Artifact out of Cincinnati. So I've been kind of on a Cincinnati brewing thing here lately. We had the Mag Tree Tap Takeover at Jack Brown's. We had the Ryan Guys Tap Takeover down there and here at Mr. Brews. And then Artifact we haven't done a tap takeover with them, but they've got some good beers.
Those are pretty good. Nice, good lime taste to it.
I guess I'm joining you and trying to hang on to summer as much as I can.
As long as I can. Endless summers, baby.
So, but yeah, so I was really kind of impressed with you running solo down there. It was.
Was there a doubt?
Well,
that's not my personality. Not planning to do anything that's crazy.
I was a little worried that we might have some, some backlash over some things. There might Michigan fans walk in. We're gonna have, we got a problem. So, but you had War Daddy to keep you calm.
We flow. We had some couple. I mean, it was a good conversation. Like I said, went 3 hours. It just flowed, and we're just talking along.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. Pretty nice. I was very impressed. Very impressed. So
I got skills.
Yeah. So anyway, so I've sat down, and I know I've been posting some stuff. I don't know if you've seen it about the latest state of the WWE, where they have brought back this Ilya Dragunov.
Was that the one you sent me where he came in with the belt?
Yes, he is. He answered a open challenge last Friday and won the belt. U.S. title, the United States title. So he's continuing with the open challenge. To every week, it's going to be. He's going to.
He's manned up and said, "I'll keep it going."
Yeah. And I'm telling you right now, that's the one. You were talking about Gunther being like a William Regal throwback. You need to watch this kid. I say kid, he's in his 30s, but he's really good. Along the same lines, it's like William Regal, Fit Finlay, that just brawler mentality. And he's from Moscow, Russia, but he's
Moscow.
Yeah. So give him a check. He had last night's match was against Aleister Black. Really good match. However, the one thing that I have a problem with is the fact that WWE released a wrestler called Karrion Kross and his wife Scarlett. Basically, not the same wrestler as Aleister Black, but same concept. Black, dark, brooding,
So they refurbished the concept. They refurbished the
But
concept.
the fact of the matter is, you're doing the same thing with Aleister Black that you should have done with Karrion Kross. And you dropped the ball. He was like, Karrion Kross was a heel, but he was over with the fans. Like the fans were actually chanting on Raw a couple of times about Karrion, and then his merchandise was they had to start selling his merchandise on remote locations because people were clamoring to buy it. So they had to actually put him on TV because of the fans. So then you released him, and now you're doing the same. You're giving Aleister Black the push that Cross should have got.
And why did they release Cross?
I don't know. It's just one of those. It's like all of a sudden, it's like he's released, and now you're doing the same concept what you should have done before. And like you said, it's bad writing.
I don't think they have a direction really.
They don't. This just proves it. Last night's SmackDown, other than the Dragunov Aleister Black match, was phenomenal. Everything else about that show, why? It's like, why in the world are you like you're setting up? So here, this was a case in point. So you have Tiffany Stratton, who is one of the women's champion. I think she's the SmackDown women's champion. She takes on, I can't remember who. So after the match is over, she wins. She's getting kind of beat up. Well, here comes Jade Cargill, who is absolutely horrific in the ring. Just green as all, green as the grass is long. Well, she helps her out. Okay, so what's the number one thing? They've wrestled before. I'm sitting here going, she's gonna clothesline her. She's gonna do something. And sure enough, she does the whole hand, and then lets her go. And Tiffany turns around to face the crowd. And what happens? She's attacked by Jade Cargill.
She came in to help her, just to hurt.
Yes. So it's one of those things where it's like, how do you not see that coming? Like you can see that's like 101. It's like, have you never watched a Ric Flair match? He's turned on everybody he's ever teamed with. Anyway, so I'm like, oh my God, are we serious? So of course that sets up Saturday night's main event. Tiffany Stratton, Jade Cargill for the world title. It's like, come on. Are we? This is like color by numbers at this point. 2 equals blue, color this square blue. It's like, this is ridiculous.
Like I said, it just feels like this whole, like I said, I'm trying to get back into it because you guys like to talk about it, but every time I flip it on, it just, like the writing, just the whole ambiance of it is just, it's not there. It's not.
That's why, specifically on Fridays, put it on in the background, and when Ilya comes on, Dragunov, watch his match. He alone, I don't know who his opponent's going to be because it'll be a surprise every time, but he alone can carry a match. Now, he can't carry a show, but at least they've got a title on one of their reputable guys. Now, what they plan to do with him, I don't know. But
I see clips of the tag team of what's her name, Flair and
Alexa Bliss.
Alexa Bliss. It's kind of interesting because it's one of those that kind of draws me a little bit because it's like I'm just waiting for a clash between them. Because they're always, we're friends, we're not friends, and one will say something, the other one will say something against it. And they had Nia Jax, I think came out, was talking to Alexa Bliss about how she got stabbed in the back by Alexis. And Flair was sticking up, like, seeming like they are now becoming, she's broken Flair, Charlotte, and becoming friends, and now you see her like she maybe didn't want to be friends now. It's weird. Well, it kind of pulls me because each time I see a thing, I'm just waiting for one of them to snap.
So there's a little underlying story there because Alexa's been rumored for several months now to be connected with the Wyatt Six, which is the Bray Wyatt, his brother, Uncle Howdy, those guys. Because she was with Bray for a minute as the Fiend. He was the Fiend, and he kind of had her under a spell. So now they've kind of put this connection together that she may be in connection with the Wyatt Six. If you notice her jacket, she always wears, she carries that Lily doll. The jacket is a tribute to Bray, who obviously passed away. But the jacket is a tribute to him. But speculation is she will eventually join the Wyatt Six.
And stab Flair in the back.
Maybe. I don't know. I'm like you. It's kind of enjoyable to watch because, it's one of those things where, okay, it's kind of funny, but then you got that, so.
It keeps you intrigued just to see the little nuances, if they're going to make it last or if they're going to make it up.
Right.
Because you're thinking, logically, in their mind, at some point they're going to
break it up. Well, and that's the thing. It's like back in the day, when you and I were watching the tag teams, you didn't break up tag teams.
That's what I'm saying. Tag teams were solid. Like I said, the Road Warriors did not wrestle maybe once or twice by themselves. It was, one was hurt, they didn't wrestle. They were together.
Right, but nowadays it's like, okay.
You didn't turn, everybody didn't turn left and right and join this group, and then next week they joined this group.
That was the thing. It's like that's why you had so many tag team belts. Like, think about it. You had the six-man tag team. You had the United States tag team title. You had the World Tag Team title. And now it's like you've got.
It used to be very prominent tag team. Now I think it's just like they throw somebody together for a week or two, and then
it's horrible.
Nobody is
it's terrible.
Solid tag team.
No, and that's the problem I have with some of the stuff that's going on in the WWE. Is it's like there's no continuity. Well, like you said, the tag team division, you'll have something going for 2 weeks and then nothing, and then you break it up. It's like, okay, Vince McMahon was notorious. He didn't like tag teams. It's like, why? I mean,
they're exciting. I think they're more exciting than the single match because you could have stuff going on outside the ring, between them, and inside the ring. That ever anticipated reaching over and the guy's like done. He's crawling his way to the corner. And he's gonna tag his way. That guy just start whooping it. I mean, that's
I mean, like you said, we said it earlier, 101. But for whatever reason,
they just they don't have the concept. Now, you think they would with Michael Hayes in there doing some stuff. Old school guy. He was Freebirds tag teams. You think
one of the greatest ever. I mean,
you think that would be in his brain automatically? Somebody's just like vetoing him, like, no, we don't want tag teams. No, we don't want to do things that were cool and fun. We just want to do shit that's bullshit the whole time.
Well, that's one of the reasons why I've kind of started. Not really started, but kind of really following the NWA, because you've got that group, the Southern Six, which you've got, his name's Billy Silas Mason, Kerry Morton, the son of Ricky Morton, and you've got Alex Taylor. The three of them are a group called the Southern Six, and they wrestle like the Freebirds. Like right now, you've got Silas Mason, who's the big Terry Gordy of the group. He's getting ready to wrestle for the world title. You've got Kerry Morton and Alex Taylor are the United States tag team titles. And I think Kerry has some kind of singles title, like the junior, I don't know if it's junior heavyweight or something, but it's one of those titles. And occasionally you'll get his dad, Ricky Morton, coming in as a manager. Now they are a heel stable, so seeing Ricky Morton as a bad guy manager kind of takes some getting used to. But now when he goes to the territories and he's wrestling as a good guy, as part of the one half of the Rock and Roll Express.
Well, I see he's got his buddy with him every once in a while. I don't know what.
Yeah, Robert
there. They throw him in occasionally, but I do see a lot of him single work as well.
Yeah, Ricky's doing a lot of singles work. But yeah, so it's kind of funny when they go about. You're like, oh, okay, Ricky's a heel now. So that's kind of interesting to see.
As a heel.
Well, you have Roku, right?
Yeah.
All right, on the Roku channel, search out NWA Power, POWERR. It's free. You don't have to pay for it, and you get their weekly show. Their show is every Tuesday at like 6 o'clock. Live, I think. I don't know if it's live, but I think it is. But then I always catch, like, I'll just search it, and you can watch it on demand. So, yeah, man, check it out because I think you'll dig it. So, but I'll give you a little recount. Last Friday, before heading out for the funeral and visitation and everything, I went to Scarefest. I could not believe the prices that some of these people are charging for autographs.
I mean, if you look on when I see wrestlers and stuff charging autographs, it's
but there were no wrestlers. This is all horror movie. And the thing is, it's like, some of the people down there, I couldn't even tell you. They had to list on their banner. They have to tell what horror movie they were in. It's like, are you kidding me right now? Like, okay, Chris Jericho is there, wrestler, but he's also in the Terrifier 3. So, all right, that makes sense. You've got several Leatherfaces, several Jasons. I think there were 1 or 2 Michael Myers. You had most of the cast.
I see.
And Robert Englund, Freddie.
Now, Robert Englund I can get, but you've got Jasons, several Jasons. Nobody knows who that guy is because it takes his.
Okay, the number 1 guy who played Jason was Kane Hodder. HODDE.
Why would you care?
Well, because he's there every year. Apparently, he's the first and only. He's everybody's Jason. But then there are a little other ones that play too.
That's what I'm saying. It's like he's everybody's Jason, but nobody knew who he was. Like,
right.
Never on screen was it originally him, and then turned to.
The only way you see who it is the credits.
Yeah,
that's only. That's
who
only,
cares?
Yeah.
You just get to Jason. Like anybody, you can roll in and be like, I played Jason in this movie.
He's every year I've been to Scarefest, he's been there, and his line is one of the longest. Every year, it's like, why? Why? Like, how many times are you going to meet this cat?
Well, again, that's what I'm saying. It's like he never has lines in the movie. He just goes around slide. Like, why is that popular? Why do I want to go and be like, dude, I've got this guy, and you're like, this is Jason number 3, whatever.
That's what I mean.
I mean, if you want Jason like that, you come out here and get this. I'm just saying, like for the movie,
the original.
Like, who the fucking cares? Like, I don't care who plays Jason.
Well, that's what I'm saying. And some of these people, like I said, you had the cast, you had most of the cast of Nightmare on Elm Street 3, Dream Warriors. It's like, all right, people pay big money to get photo ops with the entire cast.
And what kind of money are we talking? Lay the bills on the table. What kind of money were you throwing out?
$200
for a picture?
Yes, bro. There were people charging $100 to sign a piece of an 8x10 that you chose from their table.
And people pay that. Why?
Yeah, don't ask me. Like I said, I walk, and most of the time I like to go for the ambiance, the nuance, see the dress ups. Of course, I went on Friday. Saturday is always crazy, along with the Comic-Con. Saturday is always crazy. Stay away from Saturday just because. Friday, I walked. I got to the Celebrity Row, which is just it's a big section of the convention floor. And I was looking at some of the autographs, and I'm looking at some of these people, and names, don't recognize names. Okay, I might recognize a face. But then up on their little banner, they would have what they, like, the scene.
I was so-and-so in this
or
movie.
like they'll have a scene from that movie, like the movie. Okay, that's how you, oh yeah, okay, I remember you now. Half of them, bro, never watched the movie. Couldn't tell you if you were body number 3 or if you were, whatever. And it's just like, looking at some of the autograph. No, I'm sorry. No. To be a bit part in a movie that may or may not have been a blockbuster.
We touched on this at night with War Daddy and Cody. We're talking about something. I was like, I'm not an autograph guy. I don't care. In the United States, I told a story where Rip Titty used to come into Wendy's
Yeah.
And Mary Ann would go crazy and whip out 1,500 napkins from something. Like, I don't give a fuck. When I was managing a restaurant, if he came in my restaurant or somebody famous like Sam Boo used to come in all the time, like, I'll charge you, bro. You got money? Why am I going to give you free shit to come to eat at my place when you got fucking few bucks and I don't really give a fuck?
Yeah.
You're just a guy. You're a dude, man. You're a dude. Great. I love it. You know, great basketball player, great coach, but I don't need your autograph. I don't need a. You know, what's that going to get me? Nothing. I'm just not that guy. So no way in hell am I paying hundreds of dollars for an autograph, even if it was some hot chick. Like, you give me an autograph, okay?
Well,
right, what am I going to do with the autograph?
Back in the day, some of these may have been hot chicks, but they are not hot now. So there is absolutely no way I'm paying that price.
Now, let me ask you this. Did you go see or go near the evil, spooky
Annabelle?
doll?
You could not get to it.
Yeah, many people want to get it.
There were a lot of people in line. So when I went, Chris Jericho was supposedly doing an episode of his podcast, Talk is Jericho, which most of the time he talks wrestling and stuff like that. Well, he was doing a Talk is Jericho, but it was not recorded and it's not being aired. It was just a sit-down microphone. He was talking to a one of these investigators that goes to haunted areas. A little disappointing, you know, kind of looking for some little stories.
Some Jericho stories from the
road.
Yeah,
But yeah, it was an hour wasted. And he didn't take questions. Like, it was like, when it was done, he was like, thank you for coming. People were like, hey, I wasn't going to do it. And he would walk on stage.
What a dick.
I was going to say, kind of a dick move.
Fucking Canadian.
But, so after that, so if you go into the convention center now, have you been since they've done the remodel?
Is this, was this out at the hotel?
No, it was down at Rupp. It was down at Rupp.
Okay, but I saw a sign at the clearing said welcome to convention center.
That's where, because they stay.
Yeah.
Because that's where a lot of people stay.
So it was down at the hotel.
Yeah. All right, so you go in off High Street. You're on level 3. Go down the stairs, level 2, level 1. So level 2 is where they had the Annabelle doll. Walk around and you go into it. It's on the convention room. They had it shut off.
So how much was it to go see?
It was like $40 extra.
I mean, it's better than $100.
Yeah. And
What do you get? You just walk by?
Yeah. I had a friend of mine, well, Ben Brooks, but you know, he's down for the Mad Tree Tap Takeover, the bourbon.
Oh yeah.
He took his wife and the foreign exchange student that is living.
Oh, that's right. He did say he had a foreign exchange. Very nice.
Speaking of which, she wants to come on the show.
The foreign exchange student from Slovakia.
Yeah. So I said, you know, hey, find out, get her experience in America, find out what,
Oh, we can get a little Slovakia talk, like what happened in Slovakia?
Yeah, why not? So anyway, he said it was definitely not worth the admission because I was like, anything happened? Like, was there a medium there saying, oh, there's spirits in the...
Well, they said they have a priest with it at all times.
Yes, they do. But I'm like, but wouldn't it... Like, you could have one of these ghost hunters that are in the building.
With their Ghostbuster thing.
Yeah,
like,
getting some kind of reading saying, oh, yeah.
I will say this. I've never seen the movies. I really don't know much about it other than it was possessed. I don't know if it killed people or made people kill people. I don't know all that stuff, but I'll throw it out there.
Never saw them either. I know it's part of the Conjuring universe, maybe. I don't know. Totally cared. But I walked by there. There was a line of people. Okay, I'm here. I'm alive. I'm here to tell you. So,
well, you don't know. It can follow you.
I have no ghost. I have no ghost attached to me that I know of. So anyway, so yeah.
Yeah, something like that. Another one of those. $30 to walk by it.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I'm good. So
band, technically, do you even know it's the real dog? It could have been one from the movie.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You could have.
You don't know.
You don't know. Because that's what I was like. Okay.
Is it a real priest that with, or just some guy dressed up as a
That's
priest?
what you go.
I don't know. I want to see credentials. If I know he's real, then maybe I'll.
So
kill him.
when we sat down in the audience for the Jericho, the guy he was interviewing was actually having a session with the doll on Saturday night. So I guess he was supposed to do a reading or get some kind of investigation on the doll. I don't know. But here's the thing with that: he's been doing it for 33 years. He's only seen 5 phenomena.
What do we consider phenomena?
He says that spirits coming in, interacting, stuff like that.
So flashing on that's a phenomenon.
And there's been like voices in the area.
Let me tell you, I love that. Logan used to watch, my son used to watch Ghost Hunters, where they'd always have the recordings. And, they go through the house and they get back to the place and they're like, listen to the thing, and it's like, did you hear that? I can clearly hear he said, I'm going to kill Robert, blah, 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 on Thursday. I'm like, I didn't hear fucking shit, bro. Not a damn word. I mean, where'd you get that out of it? They keep playing it over like 20 times. I'm like, I'm like, they're like, it clearly states, and that's what it said. I'm like,
No.
So I'm not big on that.
So that was the thing. It was like he was in there 33 years, 5 phenomenon. And it's like, kind of seems like you don't quit your day job, bro. Like, do you have a day job? Because I think you need it.
What we need to talk to is some old Vatican priest that's going around done some exorcisms. Now that could be interesting.
That would be, yeah. And that was another thing. That was a topic that they discussed was exorcisms and stuff like that. So it's kind of like,
But I'm not all about that kind of stuff.
oh,
This doesn't look very
what the hell? We are.
No, but have you ever seen?
We are getting taken over.
I have not. I don't know about one day.
Amanda's gonna find that picture today.
Oh no.
How's it going, guys?
Well, here we are.
We're talking about Scarefest.
Yeah, we're talking about Scarefest.
About Scarefest.
I was recapping the Jericho experience, if you will.
Apparently, I've had a lot of other downfalls, stories about that as well.
Well, there was the guy he investigated was 33 years doing the paranormal investigation and had 5 phenomena. So I have 33 years. So yeah, so we've
Holy shit.
oh wow. Okay. And you're obviously magenta?
I was trying to be Rodney, but
No.
Me?
No, you're she's magenta.
Yeah, I'm just somebody.
Oh, okay.
I'm just dressed up.
Somebody
Okay.
going, look at my man. Well, I mean, man.
so
Whoa, man.
Brandon, the co-owner of Scarefest, said that Jericho is contractually obligated not to speak about AEW wrestling in any panels.
Ah, so that would be why he just walked off the set. Even though everybody was like, you just made the list, like doing his WWE bit rather than anything demo god or whatever. So
I imagine that has something to do with him possibly leaving AEW to seeing February Royal Rumble, maybe?
could be.
I think he wants to retire. From
You
WWE.
want to pull up a seat over there? Look,
I'll stand.
here, we'll get you. Yeah, grab that chair. So anyway, we're
Jason.
being joined by
Likes to be.
Turnbuckle Tim, his lovely wife Dana.
And they're going to the Rocky Horror. You couldn't tell it, but they're going to Rocky Horror Picture Show tonight.
We already have these costumes, so it's
They're breaking it, like-
wear it a little bit longer.
The Viking version.
The Viking
Swedish,
version.
The Swedish version.
Yeah.
Yep.
I know you got to be a little
This is-
cold and chilly out
it's,
there.
it might be the French version. Who knows?
Yeah.
Actually, a little sweaty.
Rocky Horror. I can't believe that.
I know. 50 years old. And it was the biggest flop when it was first released.
And the hugest
Now it's
cult
the hugest
classic
cult classic
there is.
ever. So
Tim Curry, great, obviously.
What is your favorite scene?
I don't think Dana's really a fan of the movie. I think she just.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna be honest,
I go
yeah.
every year for a reason.
Yeah.
My best friend loves it, but I have a blast.
come up to the lab
Yeah.
and see what's on the
My favorite
slab.
scene would be when they're doing it's the cut light scene when Brad's laying there and then Dr. Frankenfurter comes in. He's on top of it. Oh, Brad. He
Yeah.
thinks it's Janet. You know,
Oh,
it's like
yeah.
it keeps cutting back and
Yeah.
forth, and he just goes through with it.
Yeah.
Basically rapes Brad.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
You know, but I think it's enjoyable.
Damn it, Janet. I love you.
But I think the experience is fun because like the words are different. People are singing along. We have the actors on stage.
Now,
Never
are they?
done that.
Do they still do the
No,
squirt
not allowed
bottles
to do
and
the.
No, they do.
all kinds of
Oh,
shit?
do they?
So we toss
They sell
toilet
bags.
paper,
Yeah, cards.
newspaper.
They've got rubber gloves to snap.
Yeah.
And a rubber
But you
glove
can't do
too.
the rice
You can't
or
do
the
rice
water.
water. That's correct.
Yeah,
They don't do that.
that's the two things that they do.
Yeah, and the toast. You can't do the toast either.
No toast either, no food, because they have a rat problem one year. That's what they said.
Well, and that's what they had. So they did that little shutdown and renovated it, and they found all this just debris
Yep.
Well,
from
I mean,
years of the Rocky
can you account that just to Rocky Horror? Could be years.
Well, I mean, most of it, I would say.
So any virgins, which a virgin is someone who's never
Yep.
seen before they make them, they still make them come up and they put a mark on their forehead.
Oh, do they really?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
They put a V right in the middle of their forehead.
Fun little
That's-
thing to do.
Yeah.
If you've never done it, I mean, it's worth
I've
doing
never
once.
seen it. I've never seen
Is
it.
it Brad comes on, you yell assholes?
Yes.
Yeah.
And then the opening scene, the very first thing they chant, they're in the car, all the car race down, and the jump off the ones, asshole, slut,
Asshole, slut, yeah.
You know, it's kind of, I don't know, I think that what they've made, the parody of the movie is more fun than the movie for the people to go just interact. And then obviously the Time Warp dance is fun.
I remember. I can't remember. I think it was Fox. They were having one of the anniversaries where they had it. They
Well, I
had.
think they did a show on TV. Like they took a show. They went.
They were in the theater.
In the theater. did the
Yeah,
theater
and
thing.
that was
on
like that
TV.
was so annoying to me because I was trying to like obviously the screen is there, but then you've got everybody on stage like doing their little, and it's like, why are we doing this? This is ridiculous. So we just rented the movie, and I was like, okay, you watch the movie, and you really don't get from the movie. So it's like, then you see everybody do.
Right.
Oh, now it makes sense.
There's only 3 living members of the original cast that are still alive.
Susan
Barry
Sarandon.
Boswick is one, Susan Sarandon, and Tim Curry.
Yeah.
Those are the only
And he's had a stroke.
Yeah.
Really bad off.
They recorded, I think, in anticipation for, no pun intended, for the 50th anniversary last year. They did record a panel of them all together talking about the movie and stuff. So the girl that lived with Linda, she died last year. She's in the documentary, which is actually airing next month.
Is Rocky not alive? He was a younger guy.
That's
He passed away. No, Rocky was a different guy. Brad is Barry Boswick. Tim
Yeah.
Curry was Dr. Frankenberg.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rocky actually died of colon cancer.
which one was Rocky's the guy they made?
He was, yeah, but he was. So the story goes that obviously the guy that directed the movie, Magenta was a hooker. She was like when he met her, she wasn't an actress or anything like that. And the guy like Rocky also was a male escort.
Well, I mean,
so they
of
weren't
course he
actors.
chose her. It only took $20.
Well, yeah. I mean,
$20 to be on the movie.
I can pay you this. Yeah.
Yeah, so because they didn't know what it was going to be, and it was a huge flop. Obviously, like
Oh,
you said,
yeah,
it
massive.
did not do well. It was very artsy, kind of like how Hairspray, Crybaby, those
Yeah.
movies that were done by what's his name,
John Mulder.
Yeah.
It's horrible.
Yeah, so like it was kind of in the vibe of that. Maybe it was before its time, but it's a fun experience. Not the best movie. It's pretty cool to watch. So so little known fact about Lexington. So the Thriller Parade we have here every Halloween.
The Sunday.
Yep, Sunday is the world's largest gathering for Thriller in Lexington.
Wow.
Look at that. We're paying tribute to the King, or not the King, but Michael Jackson. But Mikey.
Michael Jackson, yeah. And then, but Rocky, we have the 3rd largest attendance for Rocky Horror Picture Show in the United States because they do now, tonight they're doing 2 shows, 8:30 and midnight, and then Sunday they're doing another show. So
They actually do one early. I thought it was all just midnights.
yeah, so we
Used to be,
we used to
yeah.
do the midnights, but us old folks, it's
Yeah.
a little rough.
Is that what happened? It's like,
oh yeah.
we're losing business because old folks can't come out this late, so let's do an 8 o'clock.
8 o'clock,
Old
8 a.m.
folks.
8 o'clock show. I definitely enjoy. 'Cause
Yeah.
I mean,
it's
I had a lot of girls that worked for me over the years and went down there and dressed scantily.
It is. I've done it since I was in college. Actually, I went once in high school, my senior year. It's a chance for people to, I guess, let their freak flag fly. It's something
Yeah.
different, you know?
Yeah,
It's
I'm
better.
disappointed. You
It
didn't
is.
let your freaking flag fly tonight, but we saw the pictures. We did see the pictures.
Yeah, there's proof that I do that, and I do have, including the wig to make it happen. But tonight that's going to be a
Yeah, I think you. I
Is
think
that,
you,
is that something that happens in the house that like Dana's like tonight? I think we're gonna do a little role play.
We got a drawer of fun. You know?
We'll ask him,
it's the wheel of fun.
how many times do you make Tim dress up? A little role play.
I think maybe 6 times a year.
Yeah, 6 times a year. Okay, every quarter.
Yeah.
It's always fun.
I don't want to know what comes with that.
I have all the pictures.
We're really doing a total role reverse. I don't want to hear it. But
I mean,
Usually winds up me crying in a corner somewhere. So.
did we not already know
All
it's
I
a
know
role
is when you.
reverse?
All I know is
I've got the Intimidator 10,000.
when you hear the Nickelback play, run.
Puts Creed on and start crying in the corner.
This is a children's show. This is a children's show.
Not again! Not again!
Mommy, stop.
Tim's holding Sansa in the corner.
Come here, baby.
Solid 3 hours in Jack Brown's. We're headed there next. How was the show? I watched
Good time.
bits and pieces of it. It was pretty cool.
War Daddy kept me in check, so we
Yeah.
smooth
Yeah.
flew right
He
along.
had that Annie Lebicki that she used to be our country boy rep and when I was running the Wine and Spirits State Street. She stopped in, so I watched the majority of it today at Kroger.
We gotta
So.
figure out how to do. I don't know if you watched a lot of YouTube videos. They have a way that you can like put little bullet points in there, so you can like skip to a topic. So like you can type in like,
Oh, yeah.
if you go to here, like, hey, this is we're talking about country boy beer here.
Yeah, we'll have to-
people
yeah,
can,
figure that one out.
Yeah, you still get the views, but whatever. Fast forward to what they want to tune in for.
Yeah, we'll have to definitely figure that
We
one
do
out.
we do ramble on quite a bit. Sometimes we get some long shows.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
It's fun. Once you get in the
That's
moment.
what it came down to.
Yeah.
Like Andy said something, and Emily was like, "Yeah, I forget the damn thing's on."
Yeah, you forget the camera's even there.
We're just talking away.
Is that how it ended?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And he was like, or Emily was like, "Oh yeah, you're right. I forget the camera's rolling."
But yeah, it was pretty cool.
We had a good time.
Purdue.
It's a little early to crown them national champions like the Kentucky fans are doing.
I don't think we do it that far.
Oh yeah, there was.
Oh, my
people
God.
today was like, "Did you see that guy?" So I
Yeah,
was like,
I was watching. What's his name? He's
I
from
saw the practice.
KSR.
I didn't see the practice game. No, I didn't see it. You tell me about
Yeah, he
it.
works for KSR.
Everybody was great. Everybody was like, "Okay."
It wasn't aired on any because it was an exhibition game. You
was
could
on
find it on the ESPN app.
It was on the SEC network.
Yeah, it was on
Was
the
it
SEC.
not on
They didn't even put it.
Channel 27?
No.
No, SEC had to have SEC network.
Yeah.
ESPN didn't cover it. You couldn't check the score on the ESPN app. It was an exhibition game.
Yes,
Well,
SEC
they did
network.
do a lot on SEC.
Yeah, it was.
But it was like, okay, it's like first game of the season. Like it's an exhibition game. Cool your jets.
Their 2 starters were out. That's impressive.
That's
They did it
impressive.
without
That's
two starters.
impressive,
I mean,
but-
that is the number 1 team in the
Did
nation. So.
But
did
it's
Purdue have their starter, all their starters?
I don't know.
Were they?
I didn't
Or
watch.
they paid a B squad.
The
Like,
thing,
What was
thing
it?
about that is, how hard do you try? Are you trying new things? You trying like, this is my lineup. I might go with, and this is another.
That's
lineup.
what it was. That's what they were doing.
Or pull
Yeah.
this guy.
Yeah.
It's like a glorified practice. I
It
guess you'd
is.
say.
It is.
I mean,
It's a
kudos.
gentleman's agreement.
I did hear, they played good, and it was just promising, but let's get a real play.
Oh, the Kentucky fan, like they were interviewing them on the street. They were like,
we gave them
we
$1.2
beat
million
the number one
for the
team
game.
in the nation. Can you
$1.2
believe
million we
that?
paid them to come
Bro,
here and
it's-
play.
it's
Every
like-
So
game.
Kentucky paid Purdue, which is a great team to come play. It's not like
To make
they're
it at home,
EKU.
Yeah.
Pretty much. So, I mean, that's how they work.
We'll see.
Exhibition games. So, I mean, but,
Win it. The next game is
Georgetown.
yeah.
Hoyas.
Georgetown next Saturday.
Yeah, it's the Hoyas though.
win is the
I mean,
first real.
I have no
It's going to be the
idea.
next week or so.
I think basketball season does start next week.
It does. I think they got one more game, and then
Oh, my phone doesn't recognize my face right now.
of course it doesn't. What is your alter ego name?
I knew you were going to ask me that, and I was trying to come up with
I was even have one.
Well, it's the only second time we wore these costumes. I don't know. Tim,
is it?
what's my alter ego as a Viking?
Can't use the B word.
Dominatrix.
No, okay.
Mama.
Obviously, he's not the naming person.
What is your name? Do you have a name?
No, I'm not that far yet. I do.
I mean, if we're gonna dress up,
I really.
Now-
if we're gonna do these things, we gotta have names. We
Why
gotta
am I
have
thinking
backstories. Jasmine.
That's not really a Viking name. That's more
probably a
Arabic.
stripper
But
name.
I'm more Aladdin, obviously. But I really enjoy the
Frida.
Viking culture. So,
Frida.
I just think of the first name that comes to the top of my head.
yeah, like the wrestler in WWE, Freya the Slayer. She come over.
Freya the Slave.
So, have you seen the show? Did you watch Vikings? The television show
Which one?
on History Channel. Vikings. It's literally just called Vikings.
I might have. I watched the Viking shows on Netflix when I had Netflix.
Yeah, they were on there. Yeah, so Vikings Valhalla was probably the other. That was the prequel to it. They're historically accurate, so they say.
I do like Viking shows.
It's fun. I mean,
I don't know how they intertwine with Rocky Horror. I'm still disappointed that you guys are not Rocky Horror up like I was told you were gonna be.
dress up like we did Beetlejuice last year, Lydia. I think like people just dress up and dress up.
You just
It's Halloween
dress up
for
and dress
adults,
up.
You know, so you don't necessarily.
The
have to
very
be-
first time we went is what that picture was. It was a spur of the moment. Let's go. Let's do it.
For the moment, you had those outfits.
But they're all mine.
Oh, that was wearing her clothes.
Yeah. All mine.
That-
Except the
that doesn't
underwear.
help my case.
That was his underwear. His little boxer briefs rolled up.
Her fishnets, her
My
her
corset.
Yeah. Her pearls.
My pearls.
Give me another one.
Same one as last time?
Yeah.
Thank you.
We'll force it on him.
Yep.
Wash his hands. He's a good boy. He's a good boy.
That's what I do when I don't wash my hands too. And I walk out of the bathroom acting like I wash my hands. I go like this. Like I wash my hands, but not really.
I don't care.
You don't want people thinking you didn't wash your hands.
Sure do.
We got the Bears tomorrow, buddy. You're gonna win or what? Lamar's still out. So they call
Probably.
that today.
We might.
We all played a third string quarterback as well.
Yeah.
So
He's been feeling up. They've been playing good for them, but they haven't been
it's
playing
a terrible
anybody.
schedule. I can't say much because my team is 1-5, so there's not much to talk about there. We don't really talk about your NFL team. More college football. I know you are.
I am serious college football.
He's
I
the
like- I like
Packers.
the
He's the Packers.
Nothing wrong with that. So
That's
you
right,
enjoy
I-
watching Aaron Rodgers with Pittsburgh then?
I know. Aaron Rodgers left me out before he left the Packers.
Yeah.
His attitude was gripey, fucking
Thank you.
woke
You
ass
didn't like him in the
motherfucker.
darkness?
His woke ass bullshit.
I always enjoyed watching him and Clay Matthews together. That was good. I mean,
I like Clay Matthews.
yeah.
Well, it's a Packer there. Aaron Rodgers was never really a Packer. He was just whatever. Fuck.
There you heard it.
I like seeing.
F. Aaron Rodgers.
I like seeing him get out. We'll put in Will Howard for the Steelers, which is actually
He will next year.
he's good.
He will be next year.
He is a prototypical for the Steeler fan. Will Howard is Ben Roethlisberger. Not overly flashy, not a big runner. Can run, but not. He probably runs better than Ben did.
Yeah, Ben didn't run much at
But
all.
he's very accurate, very savvy in the pocket, great passer. I think Steelers fans will be pleased.
I enjoy Ben Roethlisberger because obviously he's a bigger quarterback than most of them. He can take a hit. You know, it was hard to get him down, so he was really good. You know, when he step out. But it's AFC North. I think is one of the toughest divisions in football. You think about the way they play, just because they have more heart. It's very sad seeing the Browns and the Bengals over the Ravens right now, but you know, way to go, Joe Flacco.
I was gonna say, what made you a Ravens fan?
I think I said this before. It's because everyone had a hard on for Cincinnati Bengals. Obviously, we don't have an NFL team in Kentucky. Everyone Bengals fan. It's like you had to be a Bengals fan if you like NFL. So I was like, I'm going to cheer for someone that that goes against the Bengals. So when I started watching during the Ray Lewis time, and purple's been my favorite color. That's part of it too, I guess. I love Barney now.
And how old were you?
Corsets.
Yeah.
I've been a theme.
You said I love Barney. I love you, you love me, we're a happy family.
Tune in live in June when we're at the Pride Festival.
Yeah.
Lord.
Yes.
Just keeps going and going.
But they've been a good football team. obviously they're Super Bowl champs 2 times, which isn't a lot, but I mean it's more than.
I'll say this, it's time for the coach to move on. He's been there a while.
Really?
They need some fresh blood.
Who? Lamar?
No, the coach.
Oh, the coach.
Harbaugh.
I sadly.
Harbaugh's about time to move
You
on.
get rid of him. He's a good-looking man.
Okay.
Dana won't root for the Ravens if he leaves.
He doesn't look his age, I'll tell you that, but he is one of the longest tenured coaches in the NFL.
Like it's that, you're at that phase with Stoops.
Oh, we're not. No. You talked enough about
Are we
Stoops
being
on.
Tennessee tonight?
No,
You can only say that.
no, hell no,
Oh, fans at work are like, oh, we're going to beat them all. Well, I said,
no.
I said, think about this for a second, guys. You do not want to win this game this year. You do not want to have the chance that Stoops can stay for
Oh,
another
he's
year.
staying. I told you.
Whether we lose every game or not,
The
he's gonna stay.
output of what he did against Texas. Same as
I don't know why but it was coaching decisions that caused us to lose against Texas. Why did we not go for the 3 points instead of that touchdown on 4th? I mean,
Well, here's the thing.
or why did you not throw a
Ran
flag?
the ball into the teeth of Texas, which is their interior defensive line. Why not try to throw the ball one time?
Yeah,
And
exactly.
then, and then your defense is playing good enough that you go ahead and kick that 3, make them either score a touchdown
Or kick a field goal
or take a
to
field goal, then you
extend
get a
it.
chance to go to maybe you get a touchdown.
2 overtimes.
He was just like,
He was ready to go to Jeff Ruby. That's what.
that was first goal,
drive.
Jeff go Ruby,
They gave us
blah,
4th
blah,
and 2.
blah.
It was 4th and inches. He should have
Yeah.
thrown a flag and had them remeasure that. He wasn't down. I mean, it was.
Every game I see, especially that game, I watch that game. He is on the side. I don't think he coaches. the
He's
game.
not even walking down.
He is so far up the referee's ass, yelling and screaming. I don't even. There's not even a play going on. He's yelling at the referee like, "What the hell?" Dude, there wasn't even a penalty. There wasn't. Just coach the fucking team. Stop bitching and whining. And coach the fucking team. That's all it's.
He's
It's horrible.
It's sad talking about football.
It is sad.
But I think Tennessee wants their ass.
With Jason over here.
They will.
So I can watch a good football game.
Exactly.
So, all right. Before you showed up, we were kind of touching on a little bit of the WWE. Did you happen to catch any of the SmackDown last night?
And it's just been depressing.
I was telling him the only saving grace, and even a sidebar about this, the show was terrible overall, but the one match was Ilya versus Aleister Black. Now, the problem I have is the fact that you have Aleister Black and Selena Vega, a husband and wife team that everybody's saying, oh, that's what they need.
what
You
they
had that with Karrion Kross.
Why do we need that?
Scarlett did not have
I don't know,
a
fans think so.
a wrestling contract in WWE. She was a manager.
A manager, but she could wrestle.
She could wrestle, but they didn't want to sign her as
That
a
was
wrestler. So
back when they were Sable and
Mark Barrow.
it was Sable now, right?
No, I can buy that.
Now Sable Lesnar, yeah.
You had the Savage and Miss Elizabeth.
Yeah.
I don't see it wrestling.
No, but everybody said, and even the
And
thing
why would I
is,
want-
And then when they did that, and then they brought in AJ Lee. So you had CM Punk's wife.
Yeah, AJ Lee.
Yeah, AJ Lee and CM Punk. So you're doing the couple thing. You already had the couple thing. So why did you fire them and then just do that?
And you're
you
doing the
already-
exact same
what you
thing.
already had.
Yes.
And he had a good stable when the
Yeah,
AJ came back.
and he
That
was over
never-
with the fans.
He had a stable that is what they're doing with some of the Sokoa. So I don't know. If you're not like I don't know if you've seen the joking memes. They should say LA. They said LA Knight should get tribal tattoos. So if he wants a championship.
Yeah.
shot. So if you're not part of the Samoan dynasty, you're not getting pushed.
And that's another thing, speaking of the Samoan thing, is why do you have Tama Tonga teaming with JC Jeff Cobb? You should have Tama Tonga and Tongaloa, the Gorillas of Destiny. You're wearing the fucking face paint. They're face paint. And they were part. That's what I'm saying. So you need to, that. Why are you not putting those two together? It's like it's exactly.
I don't know what to do. When they had AJ Styles when he had the Good Brothers.
Yeah.
That was a good stable, man. That was hot. Then you brought in Cody Rhodes. Why not try that?
Yeah.
Have Cody.
You had Finn Balor.
Yeah, Finn Balor. You had all that stuff.
I just want to.
You had the Bullet Club. You had
Like some of the greatest
Yeah.
leaders of the world. But
you had the heyday.
And I get it now.
I
It
asked
would work
you.
now because we're not in the PG era anymore. They didn't want to call it the bull.
But I loved it.
That's
Looking good for a woman is
because you got young
painful.
fans, but I don't think you have young
But you
fans.
feel good inside.
You've got your
No, it doesn't.
your
That's
mid-30s guys are
36.
still. I don't know who the kids are cheering for.
Like, damn it, Tim.
Last night was
I just want to
horrible.
smudge
We
my
got
ass.
on
I did
November
his-
2nd at the
I
Ice
did his
Center,
makeup.
Jeff Jarrett versus James Storm.
I saw that.
What do you
Yep.
think about that?
Yep.
So we've got tickets for to go.
Smudge your
Okay, yeah.
Already acquired them.
like,
All right.
superhero-ish.
Maybe. We'll see on the
Little bit,
Sunday.
What do you think?
But
Probably.
if not,
Oh. Is it like
All right. Apparently,
first time
much
I
round to the eyebrows?
are you undressing him with your eyes, or what are you doing over there?
No, we're talking about Tim. The worst thing you can do is whisper about
And
Tim.
it's asking Jason, how's your knock tying skills?
She was like, well, it's 22 inches. And
Yeah.
keep your eyes a lot. But,
Yeah, y'all, I mean,
I grabbed the part of it.
I'm Bill Britt
Yeah.
flopping around.
Oh, hey. Wow.
Yeah.
Flap, 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 flap.
I'm still waiting on some names.
For what?
They have no names for
I
their
got a
characters.
name for you. I am.
The state of wrestling, though, is, what you're talking about is not. I don't know to where it needs to be.
Tyra?
Sarah or Tyra?
I do like what they've done with the U.S. title. Obviously, he's going to keep that tradition of defending every single week. I think it's a good option to bring him back.
Good at
See him versus
that.
him.
Feel a little battleish.
That would be pretty cool. You know,
I do like Ilya a lot.
he's good. I'm actually
Bill does
I'm
good
surprised they brought him back and did that to him. You know, Sami Zayn was
Don't wanna be-
a nice person to hold the U.S. title, I think, and he was defending it weekly. And I do like Sami Zayn. I think he's a good technical wrestler. You know, him and Kevin Owens.
Yeah.
Depends on what
Started
you're going by
world
what they
wrestling
say.
way back in the day. CM Punk was there with us. We're not seeing even AEW is going downhill. I don't like what they're doing with this is on camera and it's going on the internet.
Mommy, please stop it. Your mother. Oh, why aren't you dressed up, Eric? Do you have a Viking name, Eric? That you go
No, I
with?
do not. Eric Rotten. I don't know.
A little smoky now.
Smoky.
Yeah, I made it too perfectionist. I made it too.
Pretty.
Who's the superhero that wears the mask? Who's right?
Batman?
Green Lantern. Robin does wear a little mask on his face.
I feel the whole outfit's pop. You didn't use berries. I'm sure you didn't use berries to make your thing.
Oh no, it's totally Amazon. It's not real fur, but it's hot like real fur.
Please pause while Tim gets adjusted.
Oh, tune in for the commercial break.
You're taking me manhood away. Right in right
There's
there.
our sponsors that.
Right. So yeah, we were just talking about I was telling Jason you can watch the NWA on Roku for free, which is
Which one is with the girl I like? Is that AWA or is that?
Tony Storm.
Yeah.
That's AWA. Yeah, AEW.
It's good. Her character's pretty cool, I think.
But I think she's gone for a bit because she just lost at their last pay-per-view.
Yeah, she lost,
Makes
but
is terrible. Or whatever. Cashin'
Yeah.
Lay, or whatever. She's
Yeah.
holds 12 titles right
Yeah.
now. It's ridiculous.
They did that because when MJF lost, he's one of their best heels. Well, he's off TV for a bit. Tony Storm lost.
I'll be honest, I haven't really paid attention to the guys, but I always see clips of her.
I will say AEW is very female strong, and I like that about them. They spotlight their females just as much as the males. So they show them that they're a big part of the show. You don't get that in WWE. They're underwhelming.
But yeah,
Sometime they was like,
your girl's gone for a bit, off TV for a bit. So, and that's the thing about.
that's the bad thing. I would think, as her, I look at WWE and I think you should have kept her. She's good. She's hilarious.
But the fact when
Fans love
she
her.
was in WWE, that was
something
not
else.
her character.
She was punk or something.
Yeah, she had kind of a leather jacket.
And I was that.
But she never.
That was kind of the one that went to AEW.
Yeah.
Was that her?
But she-
her being her, or was that WWE?
Well, we
trying to
don't
make her?
know because she came in as that character when she came to AEW.
And that's from the farm system. They make you. Do
Yeah,
whatever.
but then she went to.
Oh, and then side
But
note
then she
this.
went.
Bree. Have you seen her in the when she was in NX or whatever
Who?
in the developmental program?
Who?
What's her name? Bree? Is it?
Rhea Ripley. I've seen her talk about, like, she didn't know what her character was. The blonde hair.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Oh, when she- before
I
she-
would take her back then.
Before she went goth? Yeah.
She didn't know what to do with her character. She
Yeah.
knew she could wrestle. She didn't have money for gear.
Yeah.
Or none of that stuff. So, like, I've seen, there's a little
Is that yours?
documentary on her upcoming. So,
Did she just bring it?
Yep.
Did you order another one?
that's yours.
No.
No, you did not.
Did
Too
y'all?
late now. You said it.
It's probably not something you would drink.
It's a
Ale?
on Cloud Line.
On Cloud Lime. Oh, that's the founder's one.
Yes, the fountain.
I
I
should
wanna be on Cloud
I should have tried that one.
What do they have on the takeover last night?
We had Big Bait, which was good, 9.5 APA. We had apple pie, Keeneland Lager, a couple other ones. War Daddy was in charge of getting the beers last night, so he was just handing them to me.
I think Country Boy has some of the best ciders on the market right now.
Great ciders, and they're all high
ABV?
volume.
Yeah, high percent alcohol, yeah, they are for cider. Then I like
Cider,
the blue
yeah.
raspberry. That's harder to find. Most people don't have it because blue raspberry is the highest gravity cider we have. 6.9%.
It is here. It was here. I've had it here before. No, it's not here now.
They got a lot on the menu right now. I've never seen this so short on beer.
But yeah, it was good beers last night, really. All Big Bait is coming out. What do they have? It's like 12%.
Other one has a fish on the can. Do they have one there on the can? It's got a guy fishing. Yeah.
Yeah, I watched most of the video. Pretty good
Yeah, I
job.
was sketching that for today while we were laying around on the couch.
He finally got the better one uploaded,
That's
so
all
that
that.
one's going to be there too. So,
Like I said, I talked to Billy, Billy Crane, son of Ernest. So he was talking about Wicked World. So they're going to do a Christmas haunted house.
right.
First time ever. And so what they would like to do is have us come out and do a walkthrough in the daylight and interview them there.
Okay.
And then we can record a regular podcast on site and then interview them and then do a daylight walkthrough of the haunted house.
That would be
Try to
cool.
Show them behind the scenes, which would I think would get good reviews, honestly.
Yeah.
Because, it's something people might want to see,
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
That is Lexington's longest operating haunted house.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. But when speaking of a better though, Tyler got in touch with me and he said we are more than welcome to come down. Obviously, it's in Winchester.
Yeah. I like it better. They got good beer.
And do a show down there. I asked him what days worked best for him, and he said Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, because Wednesday, Thursday they kind of have an open mic thing, which obviously you have bands and comedians and a speaker system, which would be very overpowering. So I'm gonna go down one day after work and talk to him and see what's what, but.
I'd like to get together. We came actually here one time. We didn't post it, but we came here for wrestling trivia one night. Remember that?
Yes.
So what I would like to do is Dave and me are really good friends with Matthew Ward. He works for local trivia action. They do the trivia here in town. Let's do some wrestling trivia. See which bar that we go to would like to sponsor that night.
That'd be cool.
Do a one-off and see if we can get some people out.
Now, are those the same? Is that the same one that came out here when we had Todd for Swearwolf?
Yeah.
They were doing the Scarefest trivia and all that.
Same company. They're one of the biggest ones here in town.
So, do they do trivia down at Jack Brown's on Monday?
They do trivia at the same company again.
That's who does. Because I asked Ashley, and she was like, they charge extra if you want to do a specific theme.
Yeah.
She said they charge extra, like Singo, you have to pay an extra fee because of the song or something.
Really?
That's what she was saying. I don't remember the guy telling us that.
Because
they don't really. The bar isn't obviously going to pay them to come out, so they got to find a way to make make money on
Right,
for
but
pay their staff.
I'm like you though, having a rest like we came like that night we came here for wrestling trivia. It was freaking packed.
Yeah, it was a good time.
It was
And
absolutely.
they don't do that a lot, so
No.
it'd be good to. I think it'd be fun to set up.
Perhaps the Brewer Boys need to get in kind of a trivia kind of
Yeah, that's what I was talking
That's
about.
what they're- yeah, that's what
trying to
the-
set up, since we know the guy that does the trivia.
I mean, basically, we just come up with some questions and do
No,
our thing.
they come up with the questions.
I mean, we can do our own thing. Why do we gotta have anybody else? Like,
Well, they've already got all the equipment.
what equipment do you need? You come in here, you go, hey,
It's Jack.
guess what question one is? Name
It's Brewery Boys.
so and so wrestler that wrestled Andre the Giant and WrestleMania, whatever. And you just write your. I mean, what do we need somebody to write our own questions for?
Yeah,
Like,
Brewery
we can't
Boys
come up-
broadcast trivia.
I mean, what do you-
I think there's the reason that we wouldn't do it ourselves, and that they're as a company, I think they're.
I wanna win,
they're
damn it.
willing to, they're willing to
You're
pay the
hosting it.
fees if there's a copyright issue. Like if someone caught wind of them like playing a song or asking a question.
Now,
that's not
songs we get in
supposed to
trouble.
be-
If you're asking
Yeah.
questions, that's public domain. It's like, oh, you can ask a question about me? Like I said, you can write your own questions about any topic we want.
Oh,
Get down to Rocky.
time to go. All right. Well,
Going down to Jack Brown's.
Yeah, we're actually going to Jack Brown's. Yeah.
all right.
Like Angela's favorite place to eat.
Cool. Good
Where's
deal.
Angela?
At Jack Brown's right now.
Huh. Okay.
They were leveraging early. And
They left early. They were almost.
We'll tell everybody we said hi. We'll see them on Thursday, right? Is that a tap takeover? We have a
Yeah,
Thursday or
for sales.
Oh, for Sales Brewing Company.
Nobody's fired up about this one.
Nobody's what?
Nobody's fired up about this one.
Really?
I don't have good beer, personally. But sorry, don't listen to this episode.
I said, I've heard bad things, but I'll give it. I'll taste it.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Thursday, I'll see you guys
Yeah.
again.
All right.
At 6.
Yep. No. Yeah. 5:30. Yeah. Be there between 5:30 and 6, I guess.
30, yeah.
Yeah.
Tap takeover.
All right. Good deal.
Want to
Good.
stop in for a little bit before we head down?
All right. We'll enjoy the Rocky Horror Picture Show.
He just wanted to show me off.
Yeah, of course.
And he says no.
What?
I'll leave him here.
Turnbuckle Tim out.
All right.
Okay, Rock.
See you guys.
Jason, see you.
Well, all right, good one. Have fun.
Bye, Dana.
Yeah.
All right. So there we had Turnbuckle Tim and Dana joining us for a bit.
Going to
Rocky Horror
Rocky
Picture
Horror
Show.
dressed as Viking.
Viking.
I don't understand it.
I don't.
but-
Yeah. It's. Yeah.
Okay.
But
I was disappointed because he was talking about, and we saw the picture. I think you all saw the picture as well. I mean, that's what he said he was going to come as. Check it out because he said it was cold.
yeah, it was very. Yeah.
But hey, like I said, Rocky Horror is you're dressed as a slut, and I've never seen anybody dressed as Vikings. I don't know.
No. I guess it's. I guess it's whatever they had in the wardrobe. I want to do one of those. The founders.
I
Yeah.
got you deal. I'll get some of these out of here.
So exciting times there.
So anyway, yeah. So I do kind of like the idea of a trivia,
Like I said,
but
we could do it. Write our own trivia. Make up anything.
we'll have to.
It's not like
We'll have to explore. We'll have to.
The music thing would be copyrighted because you can only play a certain amount. Well, I mean, we could actually do that because you can play a certain length. You just can't go beyond a certain.
It's almost like name that tune.
Right. Name was tuned in 5 minutes. Not like Singo where they played.
Almost the whole song.
They played a lot of the song. You got to be more like.
But wait, yeah, because all right. So wait,
More like name
you and I
this.
took part in Singo. How? And we had to. We
It
had
was a
to.
bingo. It was a bingo
Yeah,
card.
yeah. So we had to. Once we figured it out,
Yes, you bingoed your card. And you
That's
had to
right.
get whatever bingo in a row. Now, see, that's where they've mapped it out and create the, which is Singo, not the guys we were talking about. But Singo does it all for you. And they give you the information, and you map, the things where a certain number of songs somebody's going to get bingo.
Right.
So it can't. It's not going to last forever.
Right.
Whatever.
I was trying to think because they only played so much. They only played so much. Yes, those are awesome. By the way. So, yeah, somebody's upset over there. Guess we got a bet going.
I just clap for that.
Oh yeah.
Then I'll turn around and be like, what are you talking about? Fucking Alabama's the greatest fucking team ever.
Wait a minute. Is this Alabama?
Alabama and South
Are they
Carolina.
losing?
They lose by 1, but South Carolina just got first down. So I'm talking about it. Fuck Bama. Here's my thing.
Oh hell, they're ahead by 1.
I've got
with 11 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Like, come on.
But I'm like, here in town, all we have for sports as I'm driving home in the afternoon is the fucking Paul Feinbaum show, which is basically a call-in show of Georgia and Alabama fans. He calls it the SEC network type show, but they don't talk about anything but Georgia and Alabama. Paul Feinbaum, wake the fuck up, you stupid motherfucker. I don't like the fact that, we used to have Fox Sports on. You got some scores, you got some updates, you got some, what's going on here, what's going on there. Paul Feinbaum is Alabama, Georgia,
and Tennessee.
We're the greatest fucking conference ever. Somebody from the Big Ten will call and be like, hey, blah, blah. And everybody will call in. 50 callers after that are like, oh, they're good calling in our show. We're the best. If you took Ohio State and put them in the SEC, they wouldn't beat anybody. Bullshit, we run your asses, bitch. I mean, I don't understand. SEC's got some good teams, but you're the same as Big Ten, the same as other conferences. You're top heavy, and you get to your bottom half. It's the thing about SEC being strong from top to bottom is false.
You're right.
Like, oh, we'll put Kentucky in the Big Ten, and they'll win the whole thing. Bullshit. Let's be reality.
Kentucky couldn't beat Northwest.
There's good teams that are bad teams in every single conference. SEC, you feel they were great because they had Alabama that was ruling and winning national titles. So that's where I think people get confused. It's like Alabama was winning your national titles. The whole conference wasn't ruling the world. Alabama was in the finals with the Ohio States, with the ACC Clemson, with other. It wasn't all fucking SEC teams in the fucking finals.
So you're saying that Alabama is the one that padded the purse for the SEC?
Yes.
That gave, yeah.
And like I said, I just can't.
So you're not going on the fact that, and I'm not. Trust me, I'm not defending the SEC, but you're saying that so many years where the SEC won a national title, whether it be
people think that if you win the national title, your whole conference is great.
Yeah, it's not.
And I'll say the same thing about the Big Ten. The whole conference is not great. It's solid. It's a different type of football than SEC, but because your conference wins, the ACC, Clemson won the championship a couple years. Yeah. The whole ACC was not great.
No.
They happened to be a good team in the ACC.
Well, just think back when Miami was winning the world, when they were winning the national titles. The ACC was shit.
The ACC's not great. You have a good team. Now, see, that's where it helps you. If you're in a shitty conference and you have a great team, you get to the finals, and then you can play, and you got a chance to win. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You play shitty teams all through your conference, so you become undefeated, and you get to the playoffs, and you got to win back
X
then
amount of games,
2 or 3 games. But because your conference, a team in your conference won the championship, doesn't mean the whole conference is the greatest ever.
No.
That's where I have an SEC issue. I like the SEC, because I'm here, blah, blah, blah. Big Ten. I think if you combine the two, like they talk about doing, I think it'd be great.
You'd combine the SEC and the Big Ten
to make a super conference. And you find out that it's not as easy as SEC fans think it is. It's not like
I don't think
we can rule. We could beat Rutgers every year, blah, blah, blah. We can beat Northwestern. Some teams can, some teams can't.
I mean,
just because you got Georgia and Alabama competing for national champions doesn't mean your whole conference is great. Same as I've got Ohio State, Michigan won the championship. Northwestern's good in some games are not. Penn State has been solid, great, but they can't get over the hump.
Yep. Oregon. I mean, obviously they second year in. USC, still remains to be seen. UCLA
so far,
still remains to be seen.
USC was good back in the day when they were in the
But they were not part of the Big Ten. They were part of the Pac-12.
So they got to build themselves up there.
But even then, like back then, Who did the Pac-12 have?
Right.
So-
you have your top. Every conference has their top,
top
heavy
heavy,
team,
you're right.
and you base it mentally. I think people base it on their top heavy, and then they think, oh, like everybody's like, it's a grueling SEC schedule. It used to be like Vandy used to suck and Kentucky sucked. But they think in their mind because they're winning championships with Alabama that Vandy back in the day when they were sucking and Kentucky sucking now is like they're still great. Just Alabama's just greater. They suck fucking teams. Put them up against any conference, they're still sucky teams.
Yeah. Like I said, Kentucky couldn't beat Northwestern. Kentucky could not beat Purdue in football. Kentucky could not beat the lowest of the Big Ten schools.
We're talking Indiana, and everybody's like, Indiana hadn't played nobody, blah, 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 blah. It doesn't. I hate that thing too. It's like, we didn't play nobody. You played people.
Indiana, did you see the score of Indiana today?
Every game they've won, they played this year, they have beat, and they have been in the 50s at least.
They have handed
60s.
It doesn't like that.
They beat people down.
That is how you should play. We don't get up by 3 or 7 points and then run the fucking ball to run the clock
You're
out.
talking Spurrier ball there.
You're talking put a better product on the field and I won't score.
That's what I'm saying.
Every time I get the
Spurrier
ball,
ball.
I'm scoring. I'm putting my foot on your throat.
Indiana is
If you
looking
can't
good.
beat me, stop me. They beat you. They went into UCLA. Now, granted, I know UCLA is not the powerhouse, but they were on a 3-game win streak.
Right.
And they came in and they fucking dog stomped UCLA. They stomped a mud hole in them and walked it dry.
Signetti is not them
56 to
fired.
6. Do I need to say that again? That's a 50-point differential.
But you'll have people in the SEC be like, it's only UCLA and Indiana. Who cares? They're no good. Indiana can't beat nobody in this.
Bring
Yes, they
Indiana
can.
down here. Indiana will dog stomp Kentucky's ass.
Half the SEC they can whoop. Now, Alabama or Georgia, I mean, they're not looking that strong. They barely won some games.
They may
comes
not
down
win.
to-
They may not
it'll be
win, but by
close.
God, Georgia will know they were on the field. So will
It could go,
Alabama,
I would say it could go either way with that.
and so could Florida, and I guarantee you Tennessee too. Any of the ones in the top tier of the SEC.
I am a little afraid. I'm always afraid. Every week, I'm an Ohio State fan. I do good, but every week I have my hesitance. Like something could happen. We could beat ourselves. Blah blah. We are going to end up probably playing Indiana in the Big Ten championship for probably the number 1 seed going into the tournament.
You think so?
I'm thinking that's what's going to happen because we are not 1-2 right now, and we're both going to. We're going to go. The way things are tracking now, we'll be in the Big Ten tournament.
But do you play Indiana in the regular season?
No, we'll play them in
Okay,
the
so that would be,
championship.
so that was, yeah. So then I would definitely be worried.
We played them
But-
last year in the regular season, beat them.
But it was a close game from what I remember. I don't think you handed them. I don't think it was a
It
dominating.
wasn't over dominating, but we dominated pretty much.
Was it? Okay, I thought it was.
It
close.
wasn't close, but we.
Oh, all right.
But this year they're, like I said, they're a different team. They are good, and that's the thing I have about SEC people is they can't admit when somebody else is good. It's if you're not an SEC, you're nobody. It's like, oh, bro, if you're good, you're good. Indiana is good.
Yeah.
Indiana was good last year. They got their ass handed to them in the tournament, but I can't remember who they played.
Hey, did they play Arizona State?
No, they played somebody big. But I mean, yes, they got beat. But you got to think Indiana's not used to being there anyways.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's like you're like, okay,
You're still good. You got there.
Indiana is a Kentucky factor school. You're a basketball heavy. You're a basketball Bobby Knight. Mike Davis, I think, was the coach. And, you started doing well in basketball. Football kind of fell to the wayside, just like here.
Football has been down for a while.
Yeah, in the end.
And he has brought them up.
But your university decides that they're going to make a change, and we're going to make both sports great again. And they bring in Signetti and whatever. That's the blueprint Kentucky needs to find.
And they could have fired Stoops, brought in Signetti back then. I mean, that's your tree of Saban tree.
Yep,
He was
yep.
with Saban,
Yep.
a good coach. Whatever you want to say, but whatever.
I mean, no, you're absolutely right.
They're fucking good. Whether you want to admit it or not, SEC Nation, they could come into the SEC and they could beat half the teams, and they could probably beat all the teams on any given day.
You're talking about Big Ten schools?
Yeah, I mean, any team can beat any team on any given day. If you beat yourself, you do some fucking bullshit stuff, you overlook your
Kentucky
opponent.
does that on a regular basis.
Yeah.
I mean, look at the
get
Tar
out
Heels.
coach.
Look at the fucking Tar Heels right now. Is this the most embarrassing program? Like, do you have egg on your face right now? I think you do, because you bring in a football guru, the GOAT, as people call him, and you're dealing with this bullshit. I mean,
I thought it was a bad deal to begin with because since he left the Patriots, I don't think he's thought about football. He's up in his little chicky chick space, whatever. But you would think he would come in and have pride and be like,
let's.
I'm going to build this great program. But I don't see him. When you see his interviews, it's totally different than when he was with the Patriots.
What he was.
And where he is now. It's like where he is now is just like, whatever. I'm just here for. I got my girlfriend into the college. Whatever the fucking deal is. It doesn't seem like he's focused where he was here. It was all business. He's all about Alabama right now.
He must have money on it.
6 minutes ago, let's see if I can cheer him today.
What's the score?
22-14.
22-14, Alabama?
No, South Carolina.
South Carolina's winning?
But Alabama is driving. 22-14.
Oh, okay.
I mean, you've got a 3-4 South Carolina. 3-4 South Carolina going against your 5-1.
Baylor has come back on the Bearcats, 20-27. I can't believe that.
Well, have you been to the Bearcat Stadium?
I would love to go. I've heard it's
It
a
is a weird.
I've heard it's a good time though.
But cool atmosphere.
I've heard it's a good time.
It's kind of enclosed on one end with suites and stuff, and you're down in a bowl. So you go in and you go down into the bowl, and on this side is where the students come in, kind of like right off a street. Like a street runs right here, and then it's like they come in and do that, but it's just like a weird.
Really?
It's a weird feeling to be in it. Kind of cool, but it's just weird.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I haven't had the pleasure yet.
I went there when Eastern played.
Yeah, I saw the.
Cheering that game.
Yeah, I saw the pictures you posted, but I mean,
I found it to be. It's a cool stadium. The way you go in, it's just kind of weird setup, and it's.
Yeah.
Like I said, the one side is closed, and you go in. It's
okay. Well, getting back to the SEC Big Ten, it's like, yes, I think there are aspects of the Big Ten that, yes, it is a more, I don't know if the word dominant is right, but right now, everybody's talking about how the SEC cannibalizes each other because we all know with NIL, every team's gotten better because you're able to get players that you couldn't get before.
There's the thing. It's like, the big thing is now that everybody can buy players that the SEC was buying and being favored to
Before?
Yeah. Now it's like.
I think so. I mean, it's kind of obvious because if they were as dominant as everybody says, then there you go. But now that the playing field is level, because everybody cash dollars, NIL can buy you can get whatever player. I mean, all right, case in point, the Miami Hurricanes. In the 80s and into the 90s, they were the team. And we all know what happened there. The boosters, they got in trouble. They were paying players, okay.
We can go back to SMU on that deal.
Well, yeah, but they weren't as dominant. They at that time they were, but going into the early to mid '80s, that's when you had SMU's on the death penalty. Miami takes over as the Jimmy Johnson,
had the good run.
Erickson, and all that as the coaches. So then you can talk about that. So obviously we know what happened in the 2000s. The 2001 team, arguably one of the best college football teams ever assembled. with the Hurricanes. And
Those
but
convicts.
but we all know the boosters, so they were buying them. Well, now look at what's going on. Now it's legal.
Anybody can buy anybody.
Anybody can buy anybody. So everybody's kind of raised up to that level. Well, obviously Miami's kind of back on the center stage. Alabama's kind of taking that little step back. Georgia's kind of taking that step back. Ohio State's kind of got that bump up. Not that they ever had to step down, but you know, the last time.
I'll say this. Everybody's talked about last year, Ohio State payroll. They bought these players, blah, 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 blah. Let me tell you the facts. Ohio State brought in 3 guys. They brought in a center from Alabama. They brought in Caleb Downs. And they brought in Will Howard.
You're talking about last year's team?
Last year's team. The rest of the money went, and it wasn't the most spent in the nation, but they spent
they spent
13
some
million, but
yeah.
it wasn't the most in the nation.
But it was NIL money.
But we brought in 3 players. The rest of the team was already established Ohio State players.
Yep.
And they're like, but you hear from the outside, it's like, oh, Ohio State spent all this money on these players, and they brought in 3 fucking
players,
dudes, man. But like,
and the thing about that was, and it's all about. I can't believe I'm gonna fucking talk good about Ohio State, but it's all about the coaching too. Look what happened. You know, I give you shit all the time about losing to Michigan. Look what happened after that. Look what happened after the Michigan loss. They kind of went in.
We don't want no Bama. Come on. Boo. Ohio State champions. Woo! SEC.
Oh, here we go. So we're about to.
I'll fuck with these
We're about ready to get into a
boy.
fight.
Gimpy's all upset now.
But anyway, so you have the coaching aspect of it. Ever since they lost to Michigan, they went on a roll. And the biggest roll was in the tournament, for the national championship. I mean, you were a 4 seed, or were they the 4 seed?
Last year, yeah, we're 4 seed.
So that's what I'm saying. So you win, okay,
And
rolled everybody, and it was.
We rolled.
That's what I'm saying. So that to me, like you said, you bring in 3 guys, established players already, and then Ryan Day being your coach. That's all about coaching. Because after the Michigan loss, the biggest rivalry you guys had. That's the one game.
That's the one game.
They were
Ryan
calling for
Day.
his head.
They were calling for his head.
You were calling for everybody's head after that.
It's the one game every time.
Defensive coordinator, offensive coordinator, head coach,
He just
AD, get him out.
He freezes in that game.
But that was you. You're like top to bottom, get him the fuck out. And then look what happened. They go on, they win you a natty.
And we got rid of the 2 coordinators.
Well, yeah,
So you got
Chip Kelly.
We came
He went to
into
the
this
Raiders,
year,
and the Raiders are fucking shit.
Chip Kelly, and then what's his name went to the fucking Penn State. There's shit.
Yeah, but
We play them next week, and I'll still say, I'm not overly confident, even though Penn State's had their problem, because he has had intimate knowledge of how Coach Day is, what Coach Day calls, when he calls it. You set up and Knowles, the defense coordinator, you set up and you've played against Ohio State's offense for, he was there for like 3 years or whatever.
So for 3 years.
So he knows what's going on. He knows what the calls. So that I'm still worried about that. You say Penn State's, whatever, they got some turmoil, but they have inner knowledge of their next opponent. So that's always
well, as long as they don't do the Bill Callahan thing when the Raiders traded John Gruden to Tampa and Bill Callahan doesn't change the fucking playbook. So they faced Tampa in the Super Bowl, so they knew everything the Raiders were going to fucking call. So as long as they haven't done that, I think Ohio State's going to come out on top. So I think you're going to be fine there.
I'd say, this year we're not really winning as flashy. I would say we're more methodical this year than we were last year, I think. It's like everybody's keying on my boy, and we just keep rolling to other people. Carnell Tate's been coming on strong, got a good run. I like to see last game. Last game, The big thing with Ryan Day was he wants to run the ball. He's kind of like a stoopish kind of coach. He wants to run the ball. But last game, the run wasn't really there. He started to keep passing the ball. This is what I say. And I coach football, and I always, in my mind, I'm always thinking, you always hear the theory of the run opened up the pass.
Yep.
But you know what the
You can also the pass
you know
can
what the
open up
pass
the run.
does?
It can
It
open up
opens
the
up
run.
the fucking
yeah.
run.
You can reverse.
And nobody ever said it's like, yes, if they're giving you the pass, take the fucking pass.
Yeah.
I don't need to be run dominant. If I can be pass dominant through the fucking game, and I can just throw shorts.
Well, eventually they're going to spread the
and I'll
defense.
start
Yeah.
running in at the end of the game.
Yeah.
But coaches, for some reason, have this thing where they want to be run dominant.
Because the run, if it's
use up the
successful
clock.
and it wears the defense down, because
when I was coaching, I was always like, I'll take what you give me.
yeah, that's what you should do.
Some coaches say that, but I legitimately, if you're going to stuff the box,
I'm gonna pass.
I'll pass the ball until you unstuff the box, and then.
And that to me would be the fact. Like, okay, I know they have the headphone system. They can talk to the quarterback, and the quarterback can read the defense. But the head coach or the coordinator should be able to read the defense as well. If you're the offensive coordinator, you have to know what the defense is looking like too. So if you look out and you say, now granted, I don't know if it's the head coach who has access to the headset for the quarterback or if it's the offensive coordinator. But if I'm the offensive coordinator and I look out and I see the defense is in a Tampa 2, all right, we need to run the ball. Check out of the whatever I called you. Check out. It's a run play.
You got until
12 seconds.
12 or 15.
15 or 12.
15
yeah.
seconds, I think. To do that, yeah. So like a lot of the defense, I will say this: we brought in Matt Patricia.
Yep.
Fucking excellent. The defense is phenomenal this year. What he's got, the looks he's given, the pro style. Ohio State has the best defense in the nation. Illinois finally scored the first touchdown in however so long. Actually passed the ball.
Oh, Illinois?
Illinois, yes. But our defense is stout.
They were good last year.
They were good last year. Actually, that was one thing I was worried about. But this year,
so it's like we talked about. Okay, when you're going and doing the, you lose to Michigan. Early game losses don't really. I mean, clearly, yeah. The way the structured is, what was it? The top 12 you qualify.
Yeah, this year, what, 12 teams?
Is it 12 teams? So the top 12 you want to qualify. But like if you're playing in the early, your defense is not going to be solid. But if your defense comes around at the right time, to me, it's not going to be a factor. Like if you're playing well around. In college football, we all know that the weekend about Thanksgiving weekend, I believe, is the final weekend of the regular season. So if you're playing well about 1st of October, like if your defense really kicks in, if you've got 2 losses in your, who cares?
It's like there's going to be some 2-loss teams. There may even be
some 3-loss teams. Yeah,
because you've got some teams that are good that are going to be 3-loss.
Right. But this whole SEC domination and blah blah, I don't know.
Like I said, I don't agree with the whole thing. Like I said, we talked about SEC dominance. You had 2 teams that have been dominant.
I'll get it. Well, you had
your whole conference is not based on
right. You had the run before all that. You had the Alabamas, you had the Auburn win, you had LSU. With Nick Saban as the head coach, when they back before
you had Joe Burrow with
LSU, Ogeron.
Then you got to mix in there. You had a couple Clemsons.
Yeah.
You had Ohio State in there. You had recently Ohio State, Michigan. Like it's the conferences are not.
Yeah, you guys won it last year. Who won it the year before that? Michigan. And who won it the year before that? Alabama.
I think so. No, Georgia.
Georgia
went back to back.
That's right. Georgia went back to back. So yeah. So I forgot Georgia. So you had LSU. You had Georgia. You had LSU. You had Georgia. You had Alabama. You had Clemson. Ohio State and Michigan. So it's it's not a mixed bag of, but like you said, it was one of those things. What?
Missed the pass.
But it was one of those things where it's like, okay, Alabama, but that's before, you're able to pay the players and get the players you want, need. And then, oh, by the way, that's why Alabama's coach retired, because he didn't want to have to deal with NIL.
He's an old school coach, Saban. He didn't want to deal with all that fucking bullshit. But then it's like, everybody's like, Alabama's so great, but then I have to remind him that, the last time that Alabama and Ohio State played?
That was,
Ohio State.
Ohio State won it. That was Braxton Miller. Yeah, he was the quarterback.
Well, actually, won with Cordell Stewart.
What?
Cordell.
No.
Braxton Miller went down. We won Michigan and the two.
No, I thought Braxton Miller won the Alabama game.
No.
Are you sure?
We brought in a third string quarterback that year. He rolled us through the thing.
Okay. Well.
Cardell Jones.
Okay.
So I said it was like that year was like we went.
There we go. That's what I like to see. 34-20 Bearcats. 6 minutes and 34 seconds. And here's the thing. Nick Saban actually likes the Bearcats. Can I get a hoorah?
What do we got here? A little fumble. Gimpy's going to get fired up. I don't know, his knee's down, maybe.
South Carolina fell on the ball.
His knee's down. It looks like his knees were down. I'm gonna get them all wrong.
Carolina ball. All right. Well, we are. All right. Well, with everything going on, I guess we'll go ahead and wrap this episode up.
We're getting ready to fight.
We're getting ready to get pretty heated over here. So.
A couple guys at the bar getting sassy.
Getting sassy. So I just want to thank you for filling in, keeping the show on the road, if you will.
The show must go on.
The show must go on.
If I gotta do it by myself, I'll do it by myself.
You did it by yourself. One lonely brewery boy I be. That was classic. I like that. So with that being said, we're going to get out of here. We are at Mr. Brew's tonight. It's funny because it's 7:04 and the game kicks off at 7:45. Uh-oh, somebody's getting loud over there.
I gave it to Alabama.
Okay. All right. Well, with that being said, we are about to become the biggest Gamecocks fan in the house.
Exactly.
So
I don't even really care about the game.
I do not care as long as they beat Alabama.
Just to piss these guys off.
Yeah. All right. With that being said, see you next time. Jack Brown's for Thursday. For Sales Brewing Company.
BBC.
BBC. All right.
I'm kind of looking forward to it just to see what they got. I've heard bad things.
I've not heard good things either. So we'll see what happens. But come check us out. We'll be down there between 5:30 hanging out. So come down, hang out with us. Talk to you later.
Prost.